New information about a story we first told you about last night at 11.
That familiar voice.
John Burkett is live in the newsroom with this CBS 6 exclusive. John.
Every Monday through Friday, that comforting voice.
We have team coverage tonight for you.
Filled living rooms from Nottoway to New Kent and Gloucester to Goochland.
After months of investigating leads and searching for answers in the case,
loyal viewers of CBS 6 and casual watchers alike could always depend on Stephanie Rochon.
I'm Stephanie Rochon.
To share the day's headlines from the serious to the sublime.
Breast cancer is no longer an older woman's disease.
For 15 long years, the 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock newscasts on WTVR were anchored with Steph at the helm.
She was as close to a work soulmate as you could have. She just really...
Bill Fitzgerald literally worked shoulder to shoulder with Stephanie for nearly 6 years.
I'm Bill Fitzgerald.
I'm Stephanie Rochon.
With her, there was that trust, that comfort of, okay, we're ready to do the news and we're going to do it well. Because she was so good at her job.
Bill laments Stephanie's passing. He says his beloved co-anchor always carried herself with a sense of grace, style, and humor, both on and off camera.
I would take away from my years with her a partner that was more than a colleague, more than a friend. It was a special bond. And
at CBS 6 News, we're working for you.
I still haven't come to terms with it. It's so surreal.
Stephanie's former 11 o'clock producer for a decade and dear friend Mike Bergazzi says Steph didn't just read words scrolling by on the teleprompter.
She dug her teeth into everything we did, everything we put on the air, especially the big stories, the top stories.
As a force in the newsroom, Mike describes Stephanie's attention to detail as legendary.
I really think that my years working with her turned me into a decent newsman. I think I owe her a lot for what I became.
Mike says Stephanie's absence leaves a gaping hole not only at the CBS 6 studios, but in her colleagues' collective hearts.
I don't know if it's set in or if it ever will set in, because you just look over there, especially when it's like the clock strikes 2:30 and you're just used to that door opening and her coming in.
Well, Mideast violence may divide Israelis and Palestinians, but it's uniting communities in this country.
As of late, our most special moments were moments where we didn't even share words. We just held hands.
CBS 6 reporter Shelby Brown says during Stephanie's long, painful battle with cancer, the friends of 14 years would often pray for long stretches in person or over the phone.
Everything just goes back to faith. When I think about her, her faith is rock solid.
Shelby remembers in the last few weeks of her life, Stephanie's spirit grew stronger in the face of a terrible disease.
She never once told me she was afraid. She told me she was at peace.
My supporting cast.
Stephanie was my best friend, my mentor, my colleague.
Raymond Hawks will cherish thoughts of walking Stephanie to her car every night. Raymond estimates he accompanied her at least 4,000 times over the course of their friendship.
It's difficult that she's not coming back, but I think that I find comfort in those memories that I've had with her.
Raymond says whenever he needs an emotional boost during this difficult time, he picks up the phone.
I've replayed voicemails on my phone from her over and over just to hear that, one line, "Hey, it's Steph." So it's gonna be a void for a while, but we know she's with us.
Don't make this that difficult.
I love being close to you, baby.
Back here in our area.
It's not just Stephanie's voice that will live on. One of her most important and lasting legacies will be her efforts to save lives through awareness.
You can find more information about triple-negative breast cancer on the Buddy Check 6 page of our website.
Stephanie's Buddy Check 6 special reports warned women young and old about the dangers of breast cancer.
Because Dorothy's subtype is rare, aggressive, and hard to treat.
I hope that she knew that what she had done was good for me and good for a lot of people.
Stephanie urged viewers to self-examine, see their doctor, and schedule mammograms.
It really put a face on the disease. It also helped people that may have ignored it before.
The women featured in the reports say Steph was a friend even before they met.
I didn't expect her to be so down to earth and so kind and so caring and so loving, but she was.
Stephanie's comforting way helped women battling the disease feel like they weren't walking alone.
She understood how we felt. She was right there with us.
Kim Clements was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 years ago.
Melissa Herman and Kim Clements' relationship began and grew online.
Kim found solace through a stranger in cyberspace. Melissa Herman's Facebook posts provided encouragement. Last year, during one of Stephanie's Buddy Check 6 reports, the two women met face to face.
Surprise, surprise. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Oh.
There were tears and more hugs.
The best of friends now, Kim and Melissa say Stephanie helped forge their everlasting friendship.
Stephanie would light up the room. As soon as I met her, she was very friendly. It's like I've known her forever.
She made it a pleasure to be here, and we're all gonna miss that.
Photojournalist Brad Wilson says Stephanie was the first person to greet him at CBS 6.
Stephanie and I were always on the same page at all of our shoots.
Brad helped Stephanie produce the monthly Buddy Check 6 reports. The chief photographer says Stephanie's passion for the segment was boundless and contagious.
I loved working with Stephanie, and I'm gonna miss working with Stephanie.
You know, sometimes how you meet people and they say it's for a reason or a season.
Zelma Watkins was diagnosed with the deadly form of breast cancer at the age of 44, and a feature on Buddy Check 6. Zelma says she and Steph quickly cemented a bond.
Her commitment was just always there. You know, she always said, Zelma, if you need me, just call me.
Undaunted by her sickness, Zelma would establish the Sisters Network of Central Virginia, an organization near and dear to Stephanie.
When she spoke to somebody that was going through breast cancer, it just bubbled out of her, I guess. You could see her compassion. You could see her love for the individual.
Zelma credits her confidant Stephanie for helping some women address what she calls the taboo topic of breast cancer.
But when you can share your testimony and you can educate and inform, you are saving lives.
Zelma says Stephanie remained dignified throughout her own fight with cancer that robbed her of years and making memories.
I think she's a role model for all of us, to be honest. I think she's a role model for all of us in so many ways.
We continue to cover two big breaking news stories for you tonight. After months of investigating leads and searching for answers in the case, some of us are looking forward to the big day more than others.
An anchor is defined as a source of security or stability. True to form, Stephanie provided relief and reassurance when all seemed lost. And when someone needed it the most, a shoulder to lean on.
She'll always be with us. Her legacy lives on, and she will always be in our hearts. She'll always be in our mind. And so, you know, this is not the end of Stephanie. This is the beginning of her legacy.
Stephanie Rochon, CBS 6 News.